think about something you might be dependent on or something that you really want to change, but you know it will be hard. A variable in your life that you have not looked forward to addressing, but you know that you got to do it. What is that? Because for me, I'm doing 30 days without caffeine. And this is a pretty big deal for me, I would say. I'm on day 8 of no caffeine. And these are like 8 days without caffeine in the like last 12 years. I did 10 days no caffeine back in 2018, but that's something that's been on my mind for a while, something that is one of the last variables as far as life goes, and like observing our energy and, you know, things like that. So I've done no caffeine for the past 8 days. So I want you to think about something like that for you. Something that might be hard to give up, or something that you want to try out, even to just like experiment and just observe results. It doesn't have to be a definitive, I'm never going to do this again. It's just like, let's just try this out a little bit, right? Yeah, caffeine for me. I didn't start drinking coffee till I was 22, after college. It was actually, I started drinking coffee when I was living homeless in a homeless shelter. And during breakfast, there'd be coffee, and it was some of the most enjoyable moments to just, you know, we would eat breakfast and then we would just like sit around and drink coffee and talk, me and other homeless guys. And it was amazing. So if you never drank coffee before, you're like, wow, this is, you know, so that was something that really stuck with me. Just that, I mean, if you drank coffee, you know what I'm talking about. And caffeine, just how it makes you feel. And yeah, those were really treasures of moments. And I continued, and then I kept a journal during that time that I lived homeless. I voluntarily lived homeless in Chicago for 4 months to better understand the subject and the people who it affects. And first month I was just out, slept in parks, bushes, snuck into buildings, ate at soup kitchens. Then the next 2 months I was in a particular shelter program on the west side of Chicago. And then the last month I was kind of all over the place, but kind of similar to the first month a bit. And yeah, that's something that stuck with me, drinking coffee. And then I kept a journal during the time, and then I would get access to a computer and drink coffee while I was doing it, and I'm just pumping out like eight single-space pages. It was crazy. And I never really... I loved it so much that I abused it. And so now I'm kind of refocusing on it. And my guess is that I'll have more energy overall without caffeine than with caffeine, and it's like a roller coaster throughout the day. And that's something I have observed already, and that's I'm less aware of time in a way, because it was almost like when I was drinking. And if you've been watching these or listening to these weekly guided reflections, I always have like espresso next to me, and I'm sipping on it. It's enjoyable. I love it. But yeah, it would almost be like throughout the day I would have to keep track of time. So then and just kind of map out when I'll have the most energy, when I'm going to come down. And it's just like, Now I don't even have to think about it. And we're recording this in the evening. We've never recorded a weekly guided reflection in the evening because we're usually tired. Well, I have a lot of energy. I just got done playing basketball. I was on fire too. So I'm feeling good. I feel good. But what's something like that for you? Caffeine for me, something I wanna, just tinker with a little bit. First morning without caffeine, I started July 5th because, I'm not gonna even bother to start before 4th of July and all that. So, but I was volunteering cleanup at 4th of July festival. Not exactly the most ideal thing you want to be doing your first day without caffeine. Cleaning up, lifting things, talking to people. The headaches weren't too bad. I thought they'd be a lot worse. I did a similar thing. I did 10 days, no caffeine. And the first 3 days were just punishing. This wasn't too bad. It's more so the less motivation, lack of if I'm trying to type something on a computer, not a chance. So this week I did things that were less cognitive intense. I've been digitalizing photos.